Oh, hi Mark! Let's make a perfect homemade banana liqueur for cocktails, compare it to a store-bought one, and make a cocktail to see how it behaves in a mix. Right after you hit like and subscribe to Dr. Cork. This recipe was inspired by YouTube channel Rob's Home Bar, but I've changed it a little bit. It's pretty simple and consists mostly of 2 steps. Step number 1. Banana-infused rum. What you need is white rum and bananas in some form. I decided to use whole dried bananas. Rob in his video uses banana chips, but the ones I found in the store had too much extra stuff in the ingredients. So 200 grams of dried bananas that I chopped to smaller pieces. You can absolutely use 2 or 3 fresh ripe bananas instead, but we're gonna use them anyway in the syrup later, and different kinds of bananas make the flavor more varied and complex. Put your cut dried bananas into the jar and add about 400 milliliters of white rum. You can add up to a liter of rum to the same amount of bananas if you want more liqueur. You can even use vodka, but rum and bananas is a match made in heaven. Close the lid, shake it a bit, and put it to the dark place for a week or so. If you are using fresh bananas, 2 to 3 days should be plenty. As always, the recipes in text form are on my website thedrcork.com, link in the description. As you can see, during this time the bananas have swollen, absorbed some of the rum, but have also given it almost all of their flavor. Filter the banana-infused rum through a mesh strainer and you get a nice dark brown liquid that looks more like a cognac or whiskey than banana liqueur. Filter it once more using a paper coffee filter, but don't fill the whole bottle, cause you'll need space for syrup. If you want your liqueur to be yellow, you want to make lead shots or something, use banana chips instead of dried bananas, and also you can add a teaspoon of turmeric. That way the color will be almost exactly like a store-bought liqueur. Well, if it's not green banana, then no, it won't be. In the meantime, let's make a banana syrup. That's step number 2. You'll need 2 very ripe bananas on the verge of turning black, riper than mine. Cut them into the pieces and put them in a ladle with 100 grams of white sugar. You can use demerara sugar, but I don't see much point. Mix everything, close the lid and leave for 3 hours, but don't turn on the stove just yet. During this time the sugar has dissolved and extracted the juice from the bananas as much as it could. Now add 5 to 10 grams of vanilla sugar or a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a pinch of salt, and 120 to 150 milliliters of water. Cover with the lid and keep on a low heat for half an hour, making sure the mixture doesn't boil. While the syrup is still hot, filter it through a mesh strainer. You can lightly press the bananas with a spatula, but be gentle so that the banana flesh don't go through. Now to the second filtration, using a paper coffee filter. This one can take up to a day. If in a couple of hours you notice that it stopped, change the filter. After all the hassle, you get this cloudy but beautiful banana syrup. Add it to your banana-infused rum. To me, the perfect ratio is 1 part syrup to 2 parts banana rum. So, if you don't have enough syrup, just add a little bit of rich simple syrup, which is 2 parts sugar, 1 part water. Close the bottle and you get the best damn banana liqueur in your life. Well, almost. The thing is, for all the homemade liqueurs, it's better to leave them for about a week in the fridge for the flavor to stabilize. Now it's time to taste this bad boy and see how it's compared to the store-bought banana liqueur, in my case, Marie Brizard. Marie goes to this shot glass, and to this one goes my lovingly homemade perfection. Well, the difference in color is obvious, but I've already told you how to make the liqueur yellow if that's your thing. Store-bought liqueur tastes like bananas, which is a shocker, but the taste is kind of one note. This one is cleaner than mine, but it lacks the complexity. Thanks to the bananas, I've used different kinds of bananas. Mine is more complex, more interesting, and the rum also gives it the third dimension, so my choice is my homemade version. Plus, my liqueur is made with love and passion, and this one is probably just for the money. And now let's make a cocktail with my banana liqueur called Psycho Killer. But first, I'd like to thank you all for watching, commenting and subscribing to my channel. Don't forget you can join the YouTube membership or become a patron if you want to support my work. All the links are in the description to this video. Thanks a lot. The Psycho Killer cocktail was created by bartending veteran Gillian Vose, the beverage director of New York City's renowned Irish bar The Dead Rabbit. The name comes from the 1977 Talking Heads song of the same name. You know that one. To make this cocktail, first we need to make a cocoa-flavored Campari. In the Dead Rabbit they add 3 tablespoons of cocoa nibs to 1 liter of Campari and let it infuse for an hour. But it's too long for me, and also I don't know what to do with a whole liter of cocoa Campari, so I'm going to cheat a little bit by using a coffee funnel with a paper filter which I dampened with water. Add about 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder. I recommend using real cacao without any additives. And pour about 2 ounces 60 ml of Campari or some other Italian red bitter liqueur. We're gonna need about half of that in the cocktail, but some of Campari will absorb into the cocoa. And just like that, we have our cacao Campari without the need to wait for an hour. The aroma is wonderful, by the way. Now onto the cocktail. It is stirred, so we're gonna need a mixing glass, which should be chilled with ice or kept in the freezer. The same goes for the serving glass. I usually don't bother, but that's because I'm lazy. Be better than me. And to the mixing glass we add Irish whiskey. In the original it is a red breast 12-year-old Irish whiskey, but I don't have it. I have sherry cask finished Irish whiskey. 2 ounces, 60 ml. Our cocoa infused Campari, 3/4 ounce, 22 milliliters. Creme de cacao liqueur, half an ounce, 15 ml. And our homemade banana liqueur, half an ounce, 15 ml. Stir and check for balance. Balance detected. Fill the stirring glass with ice and stir thoroughly to chill and dilute. Spray a chilled Nick and Nora glass with absinthe and strain the cocktail. Don't garnish at all and taste it. This is godlike. A perfect balance. It is a little bit sweet, a little bit bitter, and no acidity, of course. It's strong, but it's a nice cocktail that you want to drink. The banana flavor is there. It's a little bit smoky, thanks to the dried bananas. But overall, it's just a nice cocktail. I haven't tried it, but now it's one of my favorites. And the cacao Campari works perfect with the cacao liqueur, obviously. So the homemade banana liqueur is the tits. Try to make it or try to make other liqueurs that I've made. The links are right in front of your face. Drink responsibly and as always, до свидос.